Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Bitch. This is Digimon Appreciation video review.
And now, the conclusion.
And they deal with like quality of people and morals? I don't know what to call it. Because in season 1 they all have crests and it kind of carries over into season 2. Because those two are connected, which is cool. They're all connected in a way because there's a kid that shows up in like a lot of different media and storylines and it's the same kid. Just traveling through universes. That's a cool thing about Digimon. But they have crests that help their Digimon go from champion to ultimate. Or adults to perfect. I ain't getting back into that. And by the end of the series, they learn that the crest powers were drawn from each other. So courage was one of the traits. But the main, yeah, guess who? I already said the main! I started saying I was gonna say guess who has it. Fucked it up. But the main guy learns that it's not really his courage, it's the courage he draws from his friends. So it was all actually like external power from each other and not internal, which is a nice little plot twist. I've dwelled on the shows a lot. I gotta speed it up! And then there's Black War Greymon's arc in season 2, which is awesome because he's a Digimon that was like made by artificial means and he's worried about that his whole life, trying to find his purpose, trying to find bitches to fight because he thinks that's what it's about and he wants to, and then he's like, wait, this is bullshit. I need something more than this. Especially after he gets his ass kicked finally. Twice. And then he sacrifices himself to try and find purpose. That's not at all what happens. He finds out from one of the 4 god Digimon that it's not about how you were born, it's what you do, it's where you're going. Well, it's actually the exact thing. That sounds like Mewtwo movie. It's not where you come from, it's where you're going. Because he was all upset about being fake, so he didn't think he could have an existence like other Digimon. And then he finds it out, and then he dies shortly after. But like I was saying, kind of there's a lot of like awesome plots, just in general. Like not even in just the shows. They have, well, they had Digimon Chronicles and manga. Digimon Chronicles was a movie, I think that's its name. And yeah, they have like 2 manga, which are pretty cool. One of them ends kind of poopily, but v-tamer, which is like pretty much the first story-based media, I think. It was awesome, and it had all kinds of stories, and there were cool fights in it that were based on strategy and friendship. It was just really well done. Power levels are fucking trippy in that, though. Digimon you see in the show that you think are strong end up being a bit weenies. And in season 1 and 2, you have Myotismon, who I'm bringing up again. In season 1, he's like the second major villain they have. And then you find out he's behind everything in season 2, because they kind of, well, they kill him, they kill the shit out of him in season 2, is how everybody gets to their, well, the 2 characters get to their mega forms. And an insane fucking way to do it. Have Angel Digimon shoot the human children with some attacks. And that faith, and their faith in each other will allow Mega Evolution. Don't try this at home. If you could, let me know how you were even able to. And then, like I said, at the end of season 2, it's revealed he's behind the whole thing. Literally all of it, except for like one weird subplot where a dark Digimon tries to like break into the real world and like brainwash some of the Digidestin, which are the chosen children. And then they beat him! But it was just awesome having that plot twist. You don't see it coming because there's no evidence of it at all. And it wasn't, like, it's a 50 episode series, so it's not like they're just making that shit up as they went. They had their plot. And it was just awesome, because you see, like, his mouth open in a dream world sky, and then he's like, I'm back. And he was. And Digimon Season 4 is cool because it has them, like, the kids becoming the Digimon while also fucking helping a world that's being completely destroyed because evil angel Digimon named Lucamon, because they just can't get away from it, is trying to fucking corrupt everything and destroy everything, and they have to, like, go up against him, and he's super powerful, and it's really cool. It was really well done. I liked it. Some people don't. And I think I mentioned earlier that Digimon changes quite a bit. I mean, a lot of franchises do, but Digimon really pushes boundaries with what it, like, does to change in the shows, in the games. I mean, they had a reinvention with Digimon X, because I think I mentioned X Chronicles or whatever, which was a cool movie they had, which was made to introduce the whole kind of relaunch of the franchise with more serious designs. The Digimon are up against, like, the creator of their world trying to kill them because they've become too numerous, so he creates the X virus, and they kind of just adapt with an X antibody, and some Digimon change, and some Digimon are born, like, there's a Leomon X, because he gets the X antibody, but then there are some Digimon just born with it, like Dorumon, who doesn't have a normal version because that's all he existed as, was an X antibody Digimon. And it's just really cool, just how that went. I mean, there's kind of a Chinese manga, I think it's called a manhwa or something, that has more of a storyline about this, because it was really just like little booklets that came with, like, these Digimon pendulums, which were just more of the kind of Tamagotchi-like things. But I'm curious to see how they use these more mature designs on a little Tamagotchi screen. It's all just in the art that came with them. In the games, it looked like a fucking blob. And they had X-Cross Wars, which was like Digimon evolving together, but like with Megazord style. They would turn into parts and combine. I didn't like it at first, but I kind of do like it. Yep. And then Applimon, which is like just phone apps, but as sort of Digimon. I don't think anybody likes that. I kinda did. I guess I just like anything that's Digimon. And like the games don't even have like a one set series like Pokemon or Monster Rancher. I threw that one in there so you wouldn't think this was Digimon versus Pokemon. And that kind of works out because like none of them are... Sometimes there's a little series here and there within the overall franchise. Like there's the Wonder Swan games, which I hear are pretty good. They're where that kid comes from that shows up in not every, but a bunch of different aspects of the franchise because he's a universe-hopping dude. But a lot of them are pretty good, and just, I don't even remember where I left off. So a lot of them are good and different, and there's the Digimon Cyber Sleuth games, which I played the first one and I love, and I'm playing it again on Switch right now. And there's the DS ones, which are cool and like kind of a faster-paced style, and you never really see the protagonist attack. You're attacking from like their viewpoint. And there's Digimon World 1, which is basically like the Tamagotchi-esque toys, but set in their own world. And your Digimon can turn into a Slug Digimon, and if you're not good and let your Digimon poop before he becomes that Slug Digimon, it'll turn into that Slug Digimon, and then he'll eat the poop when you run into it again in the world. Because the poop just sits there, because there's no way to clean it. You gotta take your Digimon to poop somewhere, like a porta potty or a toilet. Otherwise, your Numamon's gonna walk right up and eat that shit. That was not intended. But then Digimon World 2 is a fucking dungeon crawler, and 3 is just a JRPG. I mean, that's 3 games in the same series. And then Digimon Tri! It tries to be like other anime. And because of that, it's kind of poopy. And it works a lot of the Digimon X storyline in, which is kind of lame, because, you know, Digimon Tri is the season 3 of the first and second seasons, and it just completely changes the animation. I probably am going to review this at some point and get more into it. It makes some dumb changes and works things in that you didn't have to work in stuff from other parts of the franchise, other storylines. That's their storyline. You let them have it. But overall, Digimon is great, and I'm playing Cyber Sleuth, and I love it, and you should too, and it's not just a Pokemon clone. What happened to Monster Rancher? That's the next video. Where'd it go? This isn't about them! I forgot Wormmon was there the whole time. He's in the intro. You're actually in a Digimon video now! I feel weird talking straight to him. Go watch Digimon and play some Digimon games! Be careful which one you pick in the game department, though. Most of the anime's good. It's a good franchise. It's a lot to it. Why did I make such a weird summary video? High five!